How's it going? Kaki here. Welcome back to NHL 20 Buffalo Sabres franchise mode. We pick up the day after trade deadline, February 27th, 2022. I think. Yeah, that's what it says up there. And we're going to blaze through this. We're pretty much secure in our playoff spot, but we are not secure in which position we're going to be. We've got a pretty healthy lead over the teams that aren't in the playoffs. I mean, look at the Senators there. Look how far the Senators are back of a playoff spot, and then look how far back the Flyers are of a playoff spot as well. So we're gonna basically, if we have games against the Habs, Panthers, Lightning, and Leafs, we're gonna stop for those and sim those, but we're just gonna burn through everything else. So we are just gonna hop right into this game against Florida on the 27th, and then from there we're going to quick sim until we get back to another divisional team, because it's pretty much the only thing we need to be doing really is focusing on those divisional games. So first period, big lead. I still didn't look up this guy's name. Sal? I'm sorry, Noel. I don't remember. Eichel scores on Grice in 13 minutes left in the first. Noels ties it, and then Josh Bailey comes back, puts up a big goal to give us the lead again. Second period, no score in the second. Outshooting them 28-18 right now. 30-18 now. 32-18. Buffalo Sabres power play. Victor Olofsson on the power play. I think that's goal. Penalty kill for Buffalo. Good penalty kill, though. Good penalty kill. I think that means another one. Barkov. You can only keep Barkov down so long, right? I think that moves Olsen up to 35 goals and Eichel up to 37. And we get a big win. Big win to close the gap. 41 goals for Eichel. I forgot. I must have simmed a little bit more. And Olofsson has 37 goals. So that's already a 40-goal scorer for us. Reinhart picking up points. Got 3 assists in that game. Dahlin got 1. Eichel got a goal and an assist. That's good. Good effort so far. Olofsson puts up goals, man. Golofsson. I guess that's why they call him Victor Golofsson. So where are we going next? Where is the next game? Is it against Florida? No, it's against Toronto here on the 13th. So 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from today. So we're going to go ahead and sim through. And big 6-1 win over Vegas. 4-2 win over Arizona. 4-1 over LA. 5-2 over Boston. 6-1 over Dallas, and 2-1 over Washington. So that moves us up big time. 44-23 and 3. How close does that put us? We're tied with the Panthers, and we're 11 points back, or 11 points up on the. There's no reason to play. We might as well just play the Panthers again. There's no reason for us to bother with these Toronto games. So 2 losses back to back. It's a big one against Florida, though. We've played one more game than they have, and we have a loss in that game. Ooh, Noel Malgin and Dadonov. Ooh, that was embarrassing. Guys. That's, holy shit. That was just, you got to burn the tape on this one. Oh my god. Who was mine? Yokoharu, Montour Bailey, Pilot Eichel. So it was Eichel. Eichel's line was on for 6 goals against. Holy crap. That was that top line. Okay, so we got to do something. We got to change the top line. You can't let them come back after a game like that. That was bad. That was real bad. We're going to put Olofsson back with Eichel. We're going to leave everything else the same because they did just win like 6 or 7 in a row. But you can't do nothing after a 10-0 loss. You do kind of got to burn the tape on it, but you still can't do nothing. Let me get back out to the calendar. It's only 3 losses in a row. It's just 3 losses in a row. Here we go. We're still like 7-3-0 in our last 10. So where are we going to? We're going to, I guess we don't actually have to do any games. That was our last game against Florida, and they trounced us. Let's wait for this to roll around. Yeah, we're 2 points back at Florida. We are barely up on the Lightning. The Leafs, I mean, I guess we'll do the Leafs game. We'll just do it to watch 2. We'll do the Leafs game and then the 2 Lightning games at the end. Ooh, Eugene Versteeg. Wow, you could have stayed here, Eugene, and won the President's Trophy with us again. Oh, so 2 losses again, or a big 2 wins against Pittsburgh, who's a good team, and then Ottawa, who's bad, and then Washington, who's been okay. We got a loss against. So we'll do the Toronto game, and then we'll do the back-to-back against Tampa to close the year, because this is important. We could potentially get home ice advantage. Not if we play like this. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to see it. Don't even want to see it. What happened? Barry, Tavares, Barry, Riley, and Marner, and Suzuki, Wilson, Skinner for us. That's just disappointing. No real way around it, but we are going to make the playoffs almost certainly. If we have not already clinched, yes we will, or yes we have. So we still could come out on top over Florida, but we needed to win that game. We lost at 10-0. That's a disappointment. A 10-2 win over Boston, though. Oh my God. I wish I could have seen what happened there. I wonder if Olsen got another hat trick. He had like 3 hat tricks to start the year. That was crazy. So against Tampa, let's see who's close to like milestones and stuff. So Eichel has 112 points. See what to watch for in these last 2 games. So, middle stats on 20 goal watch. Cahoon is on 20 goal watch. Reinhardt could have 70. I don't know. Is anybody close to? Reinhardt could get 90 points. Bailey could get 80 points. Somebody had Riley could get 20 points. It's not bad for a D-man. And Cale Fleury could get 20 as well if he has a 3-point, outing these last couple games. Wow, Jesper Foss slowed down, huh? He got all those points. He got 7 points in the first 10 games, and in the last 20 he has 2. The last 22 games he has 2 points. Well, I guess that's why he wasn't playing. Whatever. He was a throw-in. Nick Bjugstad's been better. Yeah, Nick Bjugstad has been... Well, he might not have been that good either. In 32 games, he's got 12 points. So in that first 10 games, he had 7 points or whatever. He had 8, I think. Something like that. And then since then, he's got 4. That's not fantastic. Especially because we lost E2. E2 Luostarinen on that deal. That's a disappointment. In 16 less games, he has 22 less points, and he's shooting higher, too. I guess it's because he's playing with Dominic Cahoon. I don't know. That's a disappointment. Because Cahoon's actually been decent. Cahoon has already tied his career best. He's already tied his career best points, and he's well surpassed his goals. He could get 20 goals if he scores a goal in the next couple games. Okay, we could end up the year with 50 as well. We are 1 point back of, we're 1 point back of Florida going into Tampa. Tampa doesn't need to win these games really either. We're going to play Florida pretty much regardless. So Reinhardt scores, and then Dahlin and Suzuki score Adam Lowry. Adam Lowry's on Tampa now, huh? Jeff Skinner. Okay. Nick Bjugstad puts up a goal. Where was this at, Bugie? That means maybe Foss got a point. Hopefully that third line is definitely playing better, at least, I feel. They've been better. We've been winning a lot more games since I put them together. It does suck that we lost both of the players. I would have been a lot happier if we had lost just Asplund. But that's whatever. That's on me. That's asset management. That's all my fault. So 115 points in 81 games for Jack Eichel. Could he get 120? No, probably not. Probably not going to have a 5-point night. Nick Suzuki and Andre Palat score in the first. Okay, well, Jack Eichel hat trick to close the year. I pressed a button. All right, so power play, nothing on it though. Jack Eichel does have a hat trick. Wow. What a way to finish the year. Can he get 4? Come on, man. Let's score a couple more goals and see if we can get him a 5-point night. Oh, my God. Kucherov scores twice. No, we don't need a Kucherov hat trick to tie it. Okay, Ruotsalainen scores. And Pilot scores to make it 6. Make it 6-3 in the dying seconds of the season. And now, I'm going to do it this way. We have goals. We have Suzuki from Pilot and Wilson. We have Eichel. And Eichel did get 4. He was 1 point off. He couldn't get a point on the Ruotsalainen goal. The Suzuki goal couldn't be like a weird power play change or anything like that. Wow. So Eichel did finish up with 119 points. That's pretty impressive. Where does that put him in the league lead? Let's check the player stats. And then Reinhardt did get 92. Olofsson got 80. Olofsson's going to be a pain to re-sign. I hope he doesn't want too much. He is good, though, so I want to keep him. I'm going the wrong way. I realize I'm Buffalo GM, so I just go up. Oh, no. Nathan McKinnon. So we need Nathan McKinnon to not get a point, and then Eichel would have the scoring race. And we need him to not get a goal, and Eichel will have the goal race. He'll have the Art Ross and the Art Ross and the Rocket Richard. Oh, man, this is going to be close. Oh, man, I hope that Colorado doesn't do well in their game. Okay, let's wait until the season has ended. Can we see that? Is that an option? Okay, let's go to stats. Has everybody played all their games? Oh, come on. Come on. No! Nathan McKinnon! You bastard. Nathan McKinnon had 2 points in his final game of the year. He had 18 power play goals, though. Come on, man. Eichel had 10 game winners. Eichel was off the freaking wall. So, McKinnon had a goal and an assist in his last game of the year. Eichel put up a good fight, though. I mean, you can't complain. He scored a hat trick and an assist. He scored 4 points in a game to close the year. Man, that sucks. One more goal, 1 more point. He'd have been guaranteed. That's a bummer. But we do what we will. We ended up 1 point back of Florida for second in the division. So now comes playoff time. That sucks. I hope Eichel. I guess he'll get his name. I don't know what the tiebreaker is on the Rocket Richard. I know that the tiebreaker on the Art Ross is goals. So if he would have gotten an assist and no goal, Eichel would have had the Rocket or the Art Ross locked up. Oh man, and they're only 1 point ahead of us because they had one more loser point. So that's why. See, that's those loser points adding up. That's what I'm talking about. We started out like 0-4-0. If we could have gotten one win, could have gotten like one more Eichel goal, this team would have been in such a better position. Eichel would have gotten some hardware to carry home. Although he still might, I'm not sure. He might still get the Hart because he does have like 10 game winners. So let me view the lines on the on our opponent. Okay, so the Florida Panthers, Huberdeau, Barkov, Dadonov. This is looking like a formidable team. This team is going to be tough on the forward core. So on the first line, Huberdeau versus Bailey. See, our core, our group is broken up differently than theirs is. Very much differently. Huberdeau versus Bailey. Huberdeau wins that, but Bailey's been playing really well, and he plays well with Eichel. Barkov versus Eichel. Eichel runs away with that all day. Dadonov versus... well, I guess if you put it like what we've been, or what we how they are actually playing in the lineup versus their skill. Dadonov's a higher overall than Olofsson, but Olofsson puts up twice as many goals almost. I mean, or more so. I don't know how many goals Olofsson ended up with now. I can't remember. And then if you go based off of skill and you put it Huberdeau versus Skinner, that's kind of a wash. And then Dadonov versus Reinhardt. Reinhardt put up 90 points last year versus versus Dadonov 67. Or Dadonov's 59. Sorry. Dadonov wasn't even that good. But then even if you put it as how we've got it with Bailey, Eichel, and Olofsson, I think that was a more productive line. This line's more of probably a little bit better defensively, but they're still able to take over a game and steal a game or two from you. Hoffman, Skinner kills him. Bailey is better than him. if we end up going with that, yeah. I mean, they both put up more points. I think Bailey put up more than that. Bailey has more assists than that, almost. Trocheck versus Middlestat. They're the same skill-wise. I think you could probably argue that Trocheck is maybe the better player right now because he's a lot better defensively, I would imagine. Yeah, he's a plus 28. So that one's going to be tough. That one might be leaning towards Trocheck because they are the same skill, but Trocheck is a lot better defensively. And then Niederreiter, who gets absolutely killed by either of 10 point. Well, since he got traded, so he had 50 points and 50 points all year, 23 goals and 27 assists for 50 points. Yeah, he gets either way you split it. Reinhardt demolishes him, and so does Olafsson. Third line, I think they got us beat on the third line. Our third line is Bjugstad, who I think probably. Well, man, Malgin had a good year. So I'll give it to Malgin. Malgin puts up more points than Bjugstad. Bjugstad's a little more to defensive center, so it's kind of the opposite of the Middlestat Trocheck split or matchup. Tippett better than Jesper Fast. Puts up more goals. Puts up more points than Jesper Fast. No way around it, really. Jesper Fast, Owen Tippett steals Jesper Fast's lunch money. Marcus Sorensen and Dominic Cahoon, actually surprisingly similar in terms of point production. I think Cahoon actually ended up with more points. Sorensen, I think, has more. Yeah, Sorensen has more goals. Cahoon puts up more assists. Sorensen's a lot better, or a lot higher plus minus. So I would assume. Well, I mean, I don't know. Just depends on defensive play. So I'm going to say that's a wash for Sorensen and him. Frankie Vetrano is better than. How many points did he have? I mean, he plays on the power play. I mean, Frankie Vetrano is better than Scott Wilson any day of the week. Blake Coleman is better than. Well, I mean, Blake Coleman put up 37 points and 16 or 17 goals, 37 points. I think that's kind of around what Suzuki did. I think Coleman's kind of about the same defensively. I don't know. So we'll say that's a wash. Saren Noel. That's the kid's name. Saren Noel. He was better than our two. Okay. So our fourth line. So their third and fourth line beats ours. Our centers are basically. I think our centers overall, in terms of depth down the middle, are better, but their wingers are better. And I think our top end talent is better. Our defensemen, okay, now this is where we shine. They don't have Ekblad and Dahlin kind of cancel each other out. Colin Miller's going to be playing mad or playing against his old team. You know, he's got that vendetta mission now, I guess. But he's not as good as Montour. He's not as, Well, basically, you'll flip it, right? So imagine our lefties are their righties. So, because that's where their big star D-man is. So, we'll say Ekblad right now is better than Dahlin, but it's pretty close. So, but we'll give it to Ekblad. Pilot's better than Miller. Montour and Yokoharu are better than Yandel and Goligoski. And then Strawman's better than what's our guy? Cale Fleury. But he's old. He's old and probably slow. He's not that slow. And Steven Johns and Mike Riley. Or I guess we flipped it. However, whatever. Regardless. Mike Riley and Cale Fleury both put up more points than Steven Johns. And then Anton Strawman beats them both. Beats either one of them. So we have better decor, especially top four. Their third pair is maybe a little better than ours, but not by much. But then their top number one D-man is a little better than ours, but not by as much as I think it would seem. Here's the problem. Goalies. Sergei Bobrovsky is 9-12 this year. I mean, he's been good versus our guy. So yeah, that's their team. So this is our team. Yeah, Bailey, Eichel, Olsen. So our wingers, I mean, I bet the overall averages work out to right around the same thing if you were to average them out. Their third line's better than ours, no arguing about it. And then their fourth line's better than ours, no arguing about it either. But then this D pair, I mean, Dahlin's 2 points worse overall, but he's also 5 years younger, so. But then Yokoharu, Montour, Pilot beat their guys, and then Riley, Fleury are not quite as good, but they're close. And then, we don't really have anybody down here I'd be willing to call up for a playoff run. Let's check. How did Roddy do? How did Aatu Ratti do? He ended up with 38 points in 65 games. Not fantastic. This series is going to be, I think, really close. Oh, I wanted to check out our goalie situation. Not Subban. Yeah, Markstrom. So let's check Markstrom. He ended up with a 906, which, considering how bad he was to start the year, that's actually pretty good. He probably had to play better than Bobrovsky did down the stretch, I'm going to guess. This is two really, really closely matched teams. A bunch of teams have already played in the playoffs. The Leafs are... Oh, it's Leafs-Habs in the first round. That's really cool. Leafs-Habs, Devils-Rangers in the first round, too. That's kind of cool. There's some cool rivalries, I guess. There's a couple good ones, especially in the East. So, we're going to jump into it. We're going to see if we can maybe pull this out. We'll find out. Hopefully. I hope we can. So, we are going to sim the first period. After I said that they don't hold a candle to their third line, both Fost and Bjugstad score to open the series. Jesper Fost scores the first goal of the series. And then nobody in the second. So we are going into the third. We are out shooting them. It's pretty close, though. No, it's no longer close. On Alexander Barkov. I almost said Andrei Barkov. That's Andrei Markov. 8 minutes left in the third. This is a tight one. Come on, Markstrom. Come on, Markstrom. Hold it in there. Oh, power play. Get one. Get one. Rasmus Dahlin, baby. That's what we needed right there. That is exactly what we needed. A big statement game. That's a statement game if I've ever seen one. Markstrom outplayed Bobrovsky. Our third line outplayed their third line. Our third line stole us a game right there. Our third line and our goalie. That's awesome. That's exactly what we need if we're going to beat a team so evenly matched. Is we need our people who are maybe a little worse than their people to outplay their people. Meaning our third line and our goalie should hopefully outplay. Okay, now you can't keep that first line down, so Huberdeau gets a power play goal. Reinhart and Eichel both score on the power play, but then Steven Johns and Marcus Sorensen, their third line comes up big. Their third pairing defenseman and third line left winger. That was the first period. Let me sim. Victor Olofsson ties it though with 8:47 left in the second. These are a couple of low shooting games. Power play for Florida. Oh, but Henry Jokiharju shorthanded with 16 minutes left. I don't believe it. Henry Jokiharju shorty. We've had one shorthanded goal all year, and oh man, can we do it? Oh, not only have we stolen home ice, we are up 2-0 coming back to Buffalo, coming back to the KeyBank Center. That's huge. That's huge right there. I am not gonna lie, that is enormous. So, Florida Buffalo. Jack Eichel scores a minute and a half into the game. Not even a minute and a half into the game. And the Buffalo faithful at the KeyBank Center are going wild. He scored from right inside the blue paint. You can't even see the crease. Second period, Jack Eichel playoff hat trick. Casey Middlestat puts the icing on the cake. Makes it a 4-1 lead. But 4-1 leads are not safe. Sergei Bobrovsky's having a terrible game. He's given up 4 goals on 17 shots. Casey Middlestat put that fourth one in with a minute or 2 minutes to go, basically. Power play for Buffalo in the late in the third. And Rasmus Dahlin scores after the power play with 5 minutes left. Sergei Bobrovsky doesn't know what to do. Dennis Malgin, that third line's putting up a good effort. You can't fault their first line and their third line are coming through, but their goalie is not, and they're not getting as much support except for from that third line. So that is huge. That is a 3-0 series lead in the first round. Oh, and Florida is the team that bounced us a few years ago, or a couple of years ago in year one when we had the President's Trophy winning team. So this is a little bit of a revenge game for Eichel and the company, the ones who are still here from that. Skinner. I mean, the team's got basically the same core. Skinner and Olofsson and Reinhart, Dahlin, Jokiharju, Montour, Pilot, or maybe not Pilot. No, Pilot was there too. So first period, no score in the first here in Buffalo. The second, no score. We go into the third tied. Buffalo getting outshot in their own building, but Josh Bailey on Sergei Bobrovsky, but Sarah Noel, the fourth line, comes up big on Markstrom. 5-on-4 power play. Another power play for Buffalo. And Victor Olofsson on the power play. Oh, no. 3 minutes left in the third. Jesper Fast scores his second goal of the series. That third line. Oh, baby. And Victor Olofsson scores the series-clinching goal for the sweep. Jesper Fast put the icing on the cake. He scored the first goal of the series and the last goal of the series. We have a man. We have a guy in net now. Jakob Markstrom is playing out of his mind. Victor Olofsson is playing great. Josh Bailey, that top line has been great all year. When you put Bailey, Olofsson, and Eichel together, you see what happens. 4 games played, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points for Jack Eichel. The man is a machine. All right? And we complete the only sweep of the first round. Because every team in the West is 3-1, and then, because Edmonton or San Jose could have swept Edmonton, but they weren't able to do it. So we get a little bit of time off. So we're going to keep simming until it tells us that, I guess everybody's going to Game 7. Okay, there we go. Some people did go to Game 7. The Battle of the QEW. The QEW rivalry. That's what it's called, right? The Queen Elizabeth Parkway or whatever? Something like that. I don't remember. I'm not from New York. I'm from Florida. I don't know. So here we go. We might as well look at the Toronto Maple Leafs and see how we stack up against them. Okay. Now this team is a different monster. This team is all top-end skill, and their depth is not as good as ours. So Kapanen, their left wings, they have one left wing. Like, Mikheyev is better than Wilson. Other than that, we beat him on left wing the whole way down. Centers, top 2. I mean, Eichel and Matthews is a wash, but Eichel's been playing better. Ooh, Matthews had 66 points this year. So Eichel's playing better. Eichel's playing a lot better this year. But Matthews could turn it on at any moment. Marner is the best winger in the entire series. He'll be. I don't know if he'll be the most productive, but he will be the best winger in the series. I can't argue with that. Nylander does beat out Olofsson or Reinhart, or he doesn't beat Reinhart, but he does beat Olofsson. So he's good. Tavares beats Middlestat. Can't argue with that one bit. Boone Jenner does not compare to Jeff Skinner or Josh Bailey. Our third line's better. Alex Kerfoot is maybe a wash. So I'd say that their centers are better than ours. Spezza and Suzuki might be a bit of a wash, but having a 91 on your second line versus an 87 on your second line really does make a difference. So, or at least, yeah, it makes a difference in this comparison, in this matchup. So, I don't know. So I'd give them the centers. Our left wing demolishes their left wing, and I think our right wing is maybe our depth. Well, I mean, Faustin. So they have better we're way better down the left, and then they're better down the middle a little bit, and then I think they're better on the right. But this is where we have them. Well, maybe not. Maybe we don't have them as much as we think we do. So Riley, a little better than Dahlin. Barry and Montour is a wash. Liljegren, Jokiharju is a wash. Sandin is not as good as Lawrence Pilot. You cannot beat our second pairing left-handed Swedish defenseman. That's just a fact. Dermot Savard is better than our third pair. And then Freddie Anderson is an 86, but he's got a 910, which I'm pretty sure that Markstrom has beat because Markstrom played out of his mind in that series. So this one I think is going to be close too, but we did have a much better regular season than them. Yeah, Markstrom's got a 940. I think we might be a little better defensively, and we have a lot better depth on the left wing. But I think their centers and the right wingers might make up for it, especially that top-end talent. But our depth, though, allows us to split up our lines. So we have, Skinner and Reinhardt on the second line as opposed to the first. So we have a lot more scoring down the lineup is the thought process. So Kasperi Kapanen opens up the series. Oh, it's a big first period. So Kapanen and Patan bring them out to a 2-0 lead. Then Eichel and Olofsson score to tie it, and Marner takes the lead, and Olofsson gets us back tied. So after the second period, Skinner scores again. Matthews and Marner score to give them the lead. It wouldn't surprise me if this is kind of how every game went, because we are both offensive juggernauts. Oh, 5-on-3 power play. Couldn't do anything on a 2-minute 5-on-3. That's just disappointing. Penalty kill for Buffalo, and Toronto scores. Toronto has another power play. They do not score on that one, though. And it's looking like nothing else is going to happen. Buffalo couldn't do it. Freddie outplayed Markstrom, and their offense outplayed ours. That top-end talent, like I said. If we're just only going to get goals from Eichel and Skinner and Olofsson, then they're probably going to beat us. We got to rely on Cahoon. So game 2, Matthews and Eichel coming out strong in the first. Ooh, Matthews again. Marner, Tavares. This is a tough one. It's a tough look. And this is in Buffalo's home building. Ooh, I don't like this. Cahoon scores. That's what we need right there. That's what we need. Victor Olofsson scores to bring us back within 1, but then Toronto gets a power play. Ooh, come on, Buffalo. You can score another one. Yes, Jeff Skinner scores late. Are we going to do this again? Jeff Skinner scores late. Okay, so 3-goal third period brings us back from 4-1. Cahoon, Olofsson, Skinner, and then Eichel has one in the first. So we go to overtime. Knotted at 4s. Let's see if we can pull out a comeback victory. We cannot. Mitch Marner scores on Jakob Markstrom. And that's a 2-goal game for Marner and Matthews. That's a disappointment. I would have liked to have had some overtime heroics there. So we now go into Toronto down 2-0 against, I think, inferior team. They at least didn't play as well as us in the regular season. Okay, so first period. There we go. Pilot, Cahoon, Skinner. Dahlin scores to give us back a 2-goal lead, but Sandin and Mikheyev score in that second to bring them back. So make it a game. Can we Victor Olofsson on the power play? This is exactly what we need right here. Our 2 roots align in. Now don't go scoring all your depth goals now in this game. This could be a statement though. Big 7-goal game. Josh Bailey gets going maybe roots align and puts another goal in. Maybe Cahoon gets some more. We need Fost and Bugstad to start scoring too. It's a big 7-3 win for Buffalo in game number 3. Bailey plays hard, man. Bailey's always got like 4 hits or something every time he's on here. Brandon Montour with 3 assists. That's what we need right there. Is we need big games from those kind of guys. So we go to game 4 in Toronto with a chance to tie the series. Jack Eichel scoring 2 points a game, guys. He's almost a goal a game right now. We need this. There was a couple teams I saw that were down 3-0 in their series. Oh, just like I said, yes, Nick Patan opens the scoring on the power play. Jesper Fast and Jack Eichel come back and give us a 2-1 lead on 5 shots. All right, we're going to go straight to the third period. Lawrence Pilot. Ooh, we got 5 or 6 shots on goal that period. That is not good. So, third period, here we go. Toronto is out shooting us to hell. This is a Markstrom game. This is a game where we need Markstrom to come up big. We need you, buddy. We need Markstrom to keep playing well. Come on, boys. Take some offensive pressure off Eichel. Matthews gets him back within 1 late in the game. And we tie the series on an absolutely stellar performance. 35 saves from Markstrom. It's a .945 save percentage. Eichel gets a goal and an assist, and so does Pilot. That is exactly what we needed. That's what we need. Is when one part of the team's not doing well, we need the other parts of the team to step up. That's how you win playoff rounds. So we've washed that away. We've taken back home ice advantage. It's a best of 3. Alexander Kerfoot scores early. We have 5 shots on goal. We are not scoring a lot. Ooh, Matthews and Tavares. This is not looking good. We have 10 shots on goal going into the third. It's not looking good. They're out shooting us so bad. Power play, I mean. Oh, another power play. Come on. At least score something. They're out shooting us by double. Ooh, Tavares. I can't watch. This isn't good. Oh, Johnny T. hat trick in the third. Oh, baby. That's not good. We're now down 3-2. That's okay, though. That's okay. It will require Game 7, but we can do it. Now, here's the thing. I'm scared to put... I don't know. I'm scared to try and top load us with Bailey and Skinner. The fourth line has been unremarkable, but that's okay. We need... Bukestad takes so many penalties. I just saw he had 7 penalties, or 14 minutes of penalties. Oh, man, I'm worried about this. I'm worried. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. I don't know if I should try something different, or if I should stick with what's won us 2 games. But what's won us 2 games has also lost us 3. So I'm not sure about this. I think we're going to go Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart, and then Bailey, Middlestat, Olofsson on that second line. We're going to try it. This is a gamble. This is a big gamble. Oh, baby. I'm not feeling good about this. I'm worried about putting Middlestat with not the most defensively sound people. But they're making me... I can't even speak. They're making me not regret it, I guess. Bjugstad, Skinner, Wilson. We're out shooting them 24-18. Mitch Marner on the power play. That's not what we needed. Oh, but Jack Eichel comes back. Jack Eichel comes back and makes this a 3-goal game once again. Oh, no. Okay. Good penalty kill. Good penalty kill. That's what we needed, was a goal from Bjugstad. Okay. All right. There's going to be a Game 7 in Buffalo. Man, this is a crazy back and forth series. And at this rate, the Leafs are going to win if we keep playing. If everything keeps going like it's been going. But oh man, this is stressful. This is stressful. We're just going right into it with the same lineup. That one won us that one. We're gonna do the first. Jeff Skinner and Jesper Fast score. Jesper Fast gives us a 2-0 lead with 8 seconds left in the first. We're going to go ahead and send the second. Oh, Morgan Riley and Austin Matthews scored to tie it, and then Jeff Skinner comes back. This is just too close. We have a Skinner chicken dinner. Oh, Austin Matthews, no. They're out shooting us to hell. Come on. No, don't do this. Don't do this, please. Oh. Can we at least win? Can we score a goal? Can we score a goal? Buffalo power play. Jack Eichel with a minute left in Game 7. Oh my God, Jack Eichel. A minute left, Game 7. Power play. Streaking down the wing, I assume. I have no idea. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. Oh, I'm getting too into this. Oh my goodness gracious. I cannot believe Jack Eichel. This man, if he doesn't win the Hart, I know that you don't count the playoff in the Hart, but like, who cares? He should win the Hart, and he should have won the Art Ross, and he should win the Rocket Richard. And he should win the friggin' Conn Smythe at this rate. Let's friggin' go, boys. Oh man, Buffalo's in round 3. Oh man, I feel kind of like Carolina this past year. So we got Sharks and Wild out in the Western Conference, and then we got Pittsburgh and Buffalo in the East. The Wild have won their last 7. They won. They swept that series. I think both teams swept that series in the West. Oh baby, I think we're gonna go back to the old lineup though. Not Anaheim. Where's Pittsburgh? Let's see Pittsburgh. Now Pittsburgh's got. I was gonna say they have 2 weapons, but okay, there he is. It's like what happened to Malkin. So they're running pretty ragged. Oh my goodness. So basically, we killed them on depth, and we kind of negate their top end talent too. And we're way better on defense. And we're better at goaltending. We should destroy them. There's not even a reason to go through that. There's just their entire right wing, except for Gensel, is like all 79 overall players. So we are going to save that Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart line for emergencies. So we're going back to Olofsson, Bailey, Eichel, and Skinner, Middlestat, Reinhart on the second. Let's go. Game 1, baby. Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1. Jack Eichel has 20 points in 11 games, if you saw that. All right. Oh, no. Eric Holla gets one early. First period, you can't stop him, baby. Skinner, Reinhart. 2 power play goals for Reinhart. Jeff Skinner comes out. Big 3-1 lead, and then Jared McCann cuts the lead down, but that's okay. They're out shooting us pretty bad, but their goalie has been bad. Matt Murray, I think it's Matt Murray, has just, yeah, it is. It says it right there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Has been struggling. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was the second period. Never mind, I didn't mean to do that. I thought I simmed the third. So shots are up a little bit more. Dmitry Kulikov ties the game. That sucks. Buffalo Sabres legend Dmitry Kulikov. Oh, but Victor Golofsson. Oh, but Malkin. Gino. Damn it, Gino. Oh, man. I cannot believe we got a Henry Jokiharju shorthanded goal last time. Oh, Remy Ellie. Another Buffalo Sabres legend. Remy Ellie. I cannot believe in that last one we got a Jokiharju shorty and then an Eichel power play goal in Game 7 to win it with 1 minute and 4 seconds left. That was too good to be true. Now we're riding that like hangover. Reinhart had 3 points in that game. Remy Ellie was good, and so was Kulikov. All the former Sabres are playing well. So we're down 1. That's okay. We can do this. Now, does Pittsburgh have home ice? I think they do because they were like technically ahead of us. Reinhart again, Gino again as well. Chris Letang, Jack Eichel. A couple power plays, Rasmus Dahlin. A couple power play goals, one for Malkin and one for Eichel. Nick Suzuki gets one. That second line power play right at the end of it, I assume. Nick Suzuki again, 2 goals. Is that his first 2 goals in the playoffs? I'm not sure now. That's awesome, though. That's exactly what we needed. Cale Fleury. Oh, baby. They've pulled Murray. Hawley gets back within 3, but they're down 3 goals. They pulled not Fleury. They pulled Matt Murray and put Tristan Jarry in, and then Tristan Jarry gave up one to Cale Fleury. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's just what we needed right there. Eichel picked up a couple more points in that one, too. He's playing out of his mind. Freaking 24 points in 13 games. This seems like one of those years where it's just... I'm not trying to jinx anything, but this seems like one of those years where there's just a guy who is undeniable and is just going. He's gonna do every single thing he can to go all the way, and that's Jack Eichel this year. And he's got a pretty good team around him, I think. I mean, I might have built it, but I might be biased. So Hall and Crosby come out, and Jake Gensel. That's okay. That's okay. See, even if we lose this, we're only down 2-1 in the series. Mika Salamaki, yeah, that's pretty bad. We're just going to skip it. Yeah, Casey Middlestat got 1. So that's down 2-1 to Pittsburgh, which is not what we want, ideally. But we did have a big Game 2 win that afforded us that luxury. So let's see if we can try and get one back. Artem Anisimov. Oh, man. See, this is why you can never... We are so much more skilled than them, but you can't count them out because they have Crosby. So it's Crosby and Gino and Gensel are just fantastic. Oh, man. We do nothing on any of our power plays. Come on, boys. We need a goal, a late goal. We can't lose games 1-0. Oh, Scott Wilson. Scott Wilson. Just who I was expecting to. Can we get this late? Can we get a late game overtime heroic Sam Reinhart, baby? Let's go. That is exactly what we need to pull back 2-2 in the series. Minnesota is up 3-1 in their series, and San Jose just won that game 5-0 over there on the West Coast. Oh, baby. Going to game 5. It's a 2-2 series. It's a 2-2 series, just like it was last time. Let's see. This one was a little less stressful getting there, though. It's nice when you get one win out of the way, and then you've got a little bit of a cushion. So first period, 2-2. Walensky. I don't know who Walensky is. I've never heard of that person in my life. It's Mark Donk and Buzz Flibbit. Bugstad and Reinhardt, and then Brian Rust, who's a pretty good player. He's not quite as good in the game as he is in real life, I don't think. Especially this year. He's been playing insane in 2020 since Crosby got injured. Oh, this is the second period. Let me skip the second. Josh Bailey. Josh Bailey, baby. Let's go. All right. We're going to the third. We are out shooting them like crazy, but Gino Malkin on the power play. You cannot give them power plays. We might have to sit Nick Bugstad because he gives up so many power plays. Brandon Montour. I think it's his first of the playoffs. He's had a bunch of assists, but first of the playoffs. I'll shoot him 33. Vicchio, baby. Victor Golofsson puts us up 5-3 with 5 minutes left, or 6.5 when he did it. Oh, baby. Nick Suzuki. He's got 3 goals this series already. That's what you need right there. That's exactly what you need. As you go deeper in the rounds, you've got to have those players step up and make that move. Make those the depth guys and just take the weight off the shoulders of the big guys. And it's not like the big guys aren't playing well. I mean, Eichel and Reinhardt and Bailey and Olofsson are scoring constantly. Jeff Skinner, I think I would have liked to have seen a little more from him, but I'm not going to complain too much. Jake Gensel with 4 seconds left in the first. That's a piss ripper. But Dominic Cahoon, Victor Olofsson, and who did I say? Jeff Skinner. Dominic Cahoon, I think, is capable of scoring goals. I don't think he's a great defensive player, but he can score goals at the very least. So he puts up 1. Olofsson puts 1 up. Skinner puts 1 up. And Dahlin, with 14.5 minutes left in the third, from the point, from the blue line, just rockets one in, apparently. Can we hold on? Would this win the series? I can't remember now. I think this would win the series. Hold up. I'm pretty sure we won. I think we won the series. We sure did. Oh, baby. We're playing Minnesota. I don't believe it. I'm astounded. I'm so dumbfounded. The Minnesota Wild, the 38, 31, and 13 Minnesota Wild, who are 3-7 going into the playoffs, have made it to the Stanley Cup final. I might be causing myself trouble here, but this might be the easiest team we've played. They're at least the worst team record-wise that we've played. The teams seem to get worse and worse, like, in terms of matchups. Like, they've gotten worse and worse as we go on. I don't believe it. This is crazy. So, we'll view the lines on the Wild, I guess. I can't imagine they have anybody that compares to any of our players. I mean, I guess they have a good goalie, right? Oh my God! This team made the Stanley Cup final, so they got deep left wingers, I guess. Who do they have on defense? Oh, they got Suter and Dumba, so they've got a really good D pair, and they've got absolutely jack shit. What the heck? They're scratching Joel Eriksson Ek. Who plays center? Victor Rask plays center over freaking Joel Eriksson Ek. And then Devin Dubnyk's an 81. There's no way. This team. Did the West just suck this year? Hold on. Who played who? I gotta look at this. I don't believe this. This is insane. I gotta see this playoff tree. Who did they play? They beat Colorado. They beat like a 50-win team. Didn't Colorado win 50 games? And then they swept Chicago, who I don't think was overly amazing, but Chicago beat Dallas. So Dallas and Colorado were both out in the first round. So was Edmonton and Vegas. Wow. And then they beat, wow. The West was weird. The West got all topsy-turvy. All the bad teams won. There's no way if I had this team, they'd make the playoffs. Like, if my team was these exact players, they wouldn't make the playoffs, much less make the freaking Stanley Cup final. We should win. We are the better team in almost every metric. But they are here, so we got to give them respect. Got to respect your opponent, and I guess see what happens. So Eichel, Dumba, Bjugstad, Greenway, Reinhart, Skinner score in the second, and I keep pressing to make it go up to 8 when I'm already at 8, and it goes all the way back around. We're shooting them by double. I mean, come on, almost double. Matt Zuccarello. I mean, Zook's a good player. This is crazy. How does a team this bad make the Stanley Cup final? This is the goofiest thing I've ever seen. Matt Dumba. But Jesper Fast scores late. Give us the lead. Give us the win. Thank you, Jesper. Jesper Fast had a good playoff so far. He was big in that sweep against Florida. That was big. Well, he wasn't big, but he scored the first and the last goal, which is cool. All right, it might not be important, but it was cool. Okay, first period. Yeah, this is what we should be doing this every period. We should be outscoring them 3-1 every single period. Victor Olofsson, Jack Eichel, Scott Wilson, Zach Parise. There we go. Victor Rask, Henry Okaharyu, Jack Eichel, Brandon Montour, Nick Bjugstad, Jason Zucker, Nick Suzuki, and Wayne Sims. I'm just going to sim. Yeah, Jack Eichel, Jeff Skinner. Did Jack Eichel have a hat trick? Eichel did have a hat trick. Awesome. How many points did he have? Only 3. Dahlin had 4 points, and so did Montour. That's good. That's cool, at least. We should beat this team 10-4 every game. Like, really. How did a team 38, 31, and 13 make the... Like, that's insane. Okay, so after the second period, Olofsson, Skinner, and Montour have scored in the second. And we will see the third. And if we can hold on to this lead, Victor Rask brings it back within 2. Scores 1 for him. That's not good. But if we win this game, we'll be up 3-0 in the series. This is like, I feel like LA in 2014 or 2012. No, 2014. Yeah, I feel like LA in 2014. Nick Suzuki brings us back, 3-goal lead again. And we're up 3-0 in the series. I feel like, LA in 2014. Like, it's just 7-game battles against, I mean, we did have a sweep and like a 6-game series, but like these battles against all these crazy, like, good teams, Florida and all this. And then we get to the Stanley Cup final and Boom, we're the 2014 Kings playing New York, and we go up 3-0. I don't believe it. Victor Rask, Nick Suzuki scored in the third, I guess. I already said that. Who had points? Markstrom, 964. That's great. If Markstrom wins the I mean, might be getting a little ahead of myself here, but if Markstrom wins the Conn Smythe over Jack Eichel, I think that'd be stupid. But he has been really good. But Eichel's been fantastic. Markstrom has stolen us a couple games, but Eichel has been fan-freaking-tastic. Jason Zucker, Henry Jokiharju score in the first. Second period. Yeah, guys, I think this is going to be over. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be it. Skinner, Faust, DeZingle brings him back, I guess. I guess that puts him back within one at that time. Dominic Cahoon and Victor Olofsson score. So I guess we are going to... Oh, Matt Zuccarello scores early. This is strangely underwhelming. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to be really excited. It's not over yet, but 5 minutes left in the third. We're going to go slow. We're going to go slow these last minute and a half. I want to thank... Yep. Let's do it. And... Yep. The 2022 Buffalo Sabres... No, wait. I did that all wrong. The Buffalo Sabres are your 2022 Stanley Cup champions. From a dream back in late August or whatever... They thought they couldn't do it. This team, they started out the year 0-4-0. Victor Olofsson scored like 4 hat tricks in November or something crazy. Should have won the Hart. Jack Eichel should have one of the most decorated seasons of any player in modern history. He should have won the everything. He should have won the Art Ross. I guess we should analyze the game a little more. Before I get into Eichel, this is Zucker from Zingle and Spurgeon. Jokiharju is third of the playoffs from Middlestat and Skinner. Skinner's 12th of the playoffs from Olofsson and Middlestat. Jesper Foss from Cahoon and Pilot. Cahoon from Montour and Faust. Olofsson from Eichel for the last goal of the year. So that means Eichel picked up another assist in this game. And then Zuccarello a minute into the third from Rask and Shillington. And then Eichel took a hooking minor. Eichel took a couple penalties this game. Come on, Eichel. You can't be doing that. So, the Buffalo Sabres are Stanley Cup champions. I can't believe it. It's been 53 years or whatever. 52 years, something. I don't know. It's been 50-something years. And the Buffalo Sabres are finally Stanley Cup champions. The city of champions, Buffalo, New York. This is crazy. So from that tepid start in early October to a strong turnaround, a goalie coach. I'm going to tell you right now who should win the Conn Smythe and the Hart and the Jack Adams, because his name is this dude. What's his name? Is Caleb Marshall. This man should win the hardware himself. Caleb Marshall's name should be the first one on the Stanley Cup, because this team was going nowhere until we finally got a goalie coach. And then they turned it around. This man turned around the tepid start, turned around into that strong November and strong December, and that electric offense was able to just ride, and we scored so many goals. Jack Eichel had a legendary all-timer Buffalo Sabres season. The kids are all right, I think, here in Buffalo. Jack Eichel, 32 points in 21 games in the playoffs. Let me go back to the table. Jack Eichel, 32 points in 21 games. Jeff Skinner, 24 points, 12 goals for him. I mean, Sam Reinhart, 24 points. Dahlin, 20. Pilot, 20. Pilot played out of his mind. Olofsson, 19, but 12 goals for him. Shooting 20%, shooting the lights out here in Buffalo. Casey Middlestat, 17 points. That's a big turnaround. He had a struggle. Not a tough year, but he had a great playoff. Cahoon turned it on. I'll tell you who turned it on though. This man right here, Jesper Faust, 6 goals in the playoffs. After I think he scored more goals in the playoffs than he did all year. Yeah. He scored more points in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. That's fantastic. What a turnaround. What a time to get hot. Shooting almost 19%. Riding the PDO bender. I'll take it. Nick Bjugstad, solid defensive player. +4. Took a little too many penalty minutes, but he was a big, tough meanie out there. That was a smart trade. Jesper Foss and Nick Bjugstad. You can't complain about... who did we even lose? It was Quentin Kahn, wasn't it? And like a pick or something. It was like Quentin Kahn and something else. Oh well, baby. Suzuki, 2 assists, 5 goals, 7 points. R2D2 couldn't get 2 goals, but he got 1. He put up a goal. That's all he needed to win the Stanley Cup. Scott Wilson, 5 points. Big 5 points for Scott Wilson. Henry Okaharu, 5 points. That's good for D-man. Cale Fleury and Mike Riley struggled a little bit defensively. That teams were able to exploit them in a 7-game series, but they still put up a couple points, and they were only -3. But here is the man. Here's the man. What a legend. 909. That's not bad. That's not good enough that I think he should win the Conn Smythe. I hope Eichel won that. With 16 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss. 909 save percentage. That's a turnaround. After the start he had, that our goalie coach, Caleb, whatever his name is, deserves every dollar of that money I gave him. Just fantastic from your Buffalo Sabres. And on this great achievement, I'm going to call it a day. I have been Katka. If you liked it, leave a like. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. You have a great day and take care.